Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Inti Campo.
Hello people, good morning.
And we're going to be talking about quite a few things today. Starting off with the fact that, Bitcoin is eminently about to break out. And it could possibly, in less than 30 days, move all the way to 20K. And we're going to talk about a little bit about that and how to play that just in case it does play out that way. Also, we're going to talk about how, companies are actually thinking about holding gold and Bitcoin as an inflation to avoid inflation. And I'm going to show you something about, every time I find something that's like very odd about Google, hiding stuff, I'm going to point it out every single time because I'm going to write it down because I'm tired of Google doing this. And I'm going to show you how that article that I'm going to show you is being hidden by Google. And you can even test it out yourself. Next, we're going to also talk about Uniswap, right? And I'm sorry I missed this. I mean, I've seen dexes and I always thought, they're not working properly. But now I understand the real value of the dexes, even if they're not working properly. The real value of them is that it allows for small companies to get funding through the average Joe without having to go through all the crap, government crap that every other person has to do. And now exchanges have gone over to the dark side, the regular exchanges, and they're making it difficult for coins to list. So this way, they could list on a decentralized exchange for nothing, and this is unbelievable. So we're going to be talking about that as well. Also, if you haven't joined my Bybit competition, please do so. Links of all of this is in the description of this video here below. Now, before we get on to Bitcoin, Inti has a few words to say.
Yes. As always people, it's worth to remind you that this video is for entertainment purposes only and this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market. And Mr. Trading Analysis, yes, this is live. Back to you, Da Vinci.
All right, let's head over to the charts. Weekly chart, doesn't AB equals CD still want to play out at the 15,000? And we're thinking 20,000 might be the target here, not the 15. Could be changing to that, depends on a lot of things though. Because there's a lot of things going on the charts, and I'm like, I don't even know which way to go. I'm so confused. So here's how I'm going to play this, right? Looking at this chart, right, we see that Bitcoin, especially, is above the 13 EMA, and that's very important. So the daily mark, the daily price is well above the 13 EMA and has not closed below it. That's good. I want to see it round up and go higher. We see that there is significant resistance. You can see all the candle bodies are lining up here. And so we can say here is, if we close above this mark, daily candle above the $11,830, that's a significant change in direction. We see a lot of positive action, right? This Wing action here on the OBV. You can see that it's caused that's also bullish. Don't know if, let's see if that's quite a Davo. Don't think so. No, not right. Not quite yet. If today closes higher, then we could probably call it. No, I can't say it. I can't call that one. Maybe this one over here, but not that one. But yeah. So well, I would say that this is still looking bullish. However, going down on the lower time frames, things are not looking so good. So this is why I'm a little schizophrenic about this. I want to see this close above, definitely close above, have a daily close above the $11,830, but a close above the 12,000 $100 would be even better. But before we go talk about that, let's talk about what we see here. We're in this triangle here that's trying to break out. Thought it finally did break out of it, not quite, and we just hammered right back down. Things are looking a little bearish on the 4-hour. That's my only concern. We have a lot of divergence happening here on the 4-hour, and that's got me seriously concerned. Let's take a look at the actual cash market just to make sure that this is actually the case, and I do believe it is. This is the Bitstamp, okay, yep. And so let's go to the 4-hour, and yes, it's the same case here on the cash market. We can see on the 4-hour what's called a divergence, and I short form it for those who don't know. I call it a div just to make it short form. It's a divergence, and what's a divergence is basically when you see price moving higher but the indicators are moving lower. That means the market is not as strong as price seems to tell us that it is. And so because of that, we have to take a pause of our bullishness. Even though I want to be bullish, I want to say, yeah, man, this thing is going. This thing's going to 20K in 30 days. For sure. For sure. I can't say that. So how to best play this is the next thing I can say. Well, I want to pause my bullishness, and I don't want to lose too much money. So how can I best play this? Well, I really think that if we break above this is a good, that's I think the 20K, if we do this in a short amount of time, which means in the next couple of days or this week or something like that, and we don't break this bottom, let's see here, I'm going to mention the exact price. If we don't break this exact price of $10,559 or $60, if you don't mind some pennies, yeah, then that's a positive sign that we're going to go higher. Now, we still have that. Once we break this, unfortunately, once we break that $10,500 level, we have to go and test this. We don't have to, but it's most likely that we're going to go test this gap here that we have here, and we're going to fly right through it. So be careful of that. So this is how I'm going to play this. I'm going to only take 5% of my money, of my whatever my holdings are in the exchange. The main exchange is Bybit for me, because it has the most liquidity, and so I'm going to use 5% of that money that I have in the exchange, and I'm going to buy all the way down. Anything that happens all the way down, and if we don't, and I am going to stop loss it at this level, at the 10,500 level. So let's just say I'm going to take an average buy order from here, from all the way at this top part right here. I'm going to take an average buy all the way down. Let's just say you did that. So around the 10, the 8, let's go to the 800 and some odd level, right? Because that's where we saw the market. If we do a daily close above that mark, we can see that we're going a lot higher and a lot faster. And so yeah, if we head up to the $20,000 mark, I'm going to take this all the way to $20,000. That is a risk to reward, 6-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Kind of worth it, right? Kind of worth it. Especially since I'm seeing that this thing could play out in a short amount of time. Now, if you head over to the link in the description below, you'll see the video, a link to the video that MMCrypto pointed out that, hey, you know what? He sees it going up to 20,507 in 22 days. Could happen, and this is Bitcoin, especially with the Federal Reserve printing as much money as they can. It's a high probability, because people are starting to realize, the Federal Reserve's trapped. They're never going to raise interest rates, and we're stepping in front of them to make some profits on dollars, and they're just going to keep printing it forever. No. Alrighty. So another thing that we see that matches up with that, if we go to, let's see, I believe I have it on here, right, where I have the fractal. Where do I have the fractal? Where is it? Well, I posted it in this link, and I thought I had it ready to go, but here it is. Here I have a chart of this fractal, of the extension, and the extension, the 61.8, the 1.618 extension, goes all the way up there. Now I wonder if I could zoom this out here. Hang on a second. Yeah, there we go. There you go. So you got that. You have that. So you can see $20,000. That's the golden ratio. That's probably where we're going to see a little bit of resistance here. And I'm thinking, since it lines up with what Chris is saying, if we close above the $12,100 level, I'm in agreement. We're heading up there very, very fast. Right? We have to see and we have to see a close above the $11,800 and some odd dollar mark, right? So before we can see that. Alrighty. So if you think that this is not going to happen, whether it's going to happen one way or another, right? Price is going to get up to $20,000 level. Whether it happens in the next 30 days or happens by the end of the year, it's happening. As you can see here, let's talk about this article here. A $1.2 billion publicly traded company may start investing in Bitcoin and gold. And do you think that this is the only company that's going to realize that's going to do something like this? That's going to buy Bitcoins? That's going to buy gold? Hell no. No. Will this happen overnight? No. But it is happening, and you want to get in front of that trade. That's for sure, right? So that you could actually make some money. Now, I've noticed that when I did a search for this, because when I heard about this, right, I did a search for the exact term, and I'm like, okay, so where is that article? And here it is, down here, finally, right? And I'm like, what the heck? Wouldn't this be more prevalent than the other article? And so when I did it on Bing, just to see, because I'm like, what the heck? I found that Bing found it was a lot higher up. And I'm like, what is going on with Google? Wouldn't it make sense that the words together be the logical thing that I want to look for? I don't know. Something's weird with that. Because look, when I type in $80 silver, right, my video comes up, right, pretty fast, because I'm the only one talking about it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? And let me know what you think about this. Is Google trying to hide the fact that Bitcoin and gold are going higher? Are they part of the cabal from the banksters? They probably are, because I mean, if the U.S. dollar loses its dominance, right, they're the biggest player for America, and they're called the Alphabet Agency for nothing, right? Because they're part of the Alphabet Agency of the government, I think. But that's just my conspiracy talking. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is Uniswap, and I'm like, oh my god, man, I'm just, the reason why I missed this, the reason why I just totally dismissed it, the Uniswap and decentralized exchanges, because when I tried to use them, it was very, very difficult, and I'm like, oh, this is annoying. And then there was not a lot of coins that I didn't even knew what they were. and have heard about them. And I thought this is a waste of time, right? I'll wait until they actually get listed on the bigger exchanges, right? And then I'll buy. And I realized something very important now that these things are all popping off on Uniswap and Binance Exchange. A lot of the coins that are on these exchanges are starting to pop and doing extremely well. That I understand the usefulness of this. You can let's just say you have a small amount of cash, right? The only way you can see like massive gains, right, is to get in on the ground floor of a particular project. And you can, with these, this is the easiest way. Uniswap and decentralized exchanges are the easiest way for these companies and businesses that want to list their coin to list it without having to pay an exchange an exorbitant fee, because they're acting like they're the new what's it called, guardians of cryptocurrencies, asking like millions of dollars of every single coin person who produces a coin or a token in order to list. And this will close that and allow other people who don't want to have KYC, don't want to get on an exchange and wait for them to list their coins before they can buy them. Well, now anyone can create a coin, place it on the decentralized exchange, and not have to worry about some other company telling them no, or some other government telling them no. And this is very important, because now you as a consumer can now make your own decisions to buy any particular cryptocurrency on these exchanges and do very well. Now, the only thing I want from these different decentralized exchanges, I would love to have some sort of tool to do just the Fibonacci tracement, fibs and what's it called, moving averages. If I can get fibs and moving averages, that's all I want. And volume as well is very important. But fibs, moving averages, and volume. If you see something like that, a tool that I could use against the dexes to figure out where I want to get in, because that's the only thing that's missing. That makes me a little wary of buying any coin on these dexes, because I don't know what the history of the price history is, whether I'm getting a deal, whether it's still needs to go lower. I need to see all this in order so I can make a proper decision and buy the coin at at the right price. So if anyone has that has a website that does that, oh man, I will. If you just put it in the comment section below, I will give you like $50 for that. Just for finding that. So that's very, very important. And I'm definitely going to get into the decentralized exchanges like Uniswap and Binance Dex to see if I can pick up some coins on the cheap. And you don't have to spend a lot, right? Because these coins are like in the $1 million range, and because of that, if as a market cap, $1 million range of the market cap, and because of that, that means that a small amount of money can go a long way to making you some serious dollars. And just remember that most of these coins are probably going to go to zero, and so you have to be careful, right, and not make bad decisions, right? And if you do make a bad decision, make sure that the amount you put in is nothing to hurt you, meaning that whatever, it's like a lotto ticket money, right? And then if you've done that, then you've invested correctly.
About, you just mentioned that a lot of people here in the chat are saying that Dex Tools does that.
Dex Tools?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Dex Tools. That's what. So let's Google.
DEXT.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Let's see here. Dex tools. There we go. Tool Dex? Is that it? No. No, that's not probably it. All right. So I'm gonna have to you guys are gonna have to get me a link, right? Dex tools, because obviously this is Google. Oh, this is Bing. All right. Well, can't find it easily on a quick search, so it's probably here. Just need to figure out exactly what the link is. Okay. With that said, just a reminder, we have a competition on Bybit. If you guys check out the video link in the description below, you guys could win I'm giving away 2 Bitcoins. So if you're interested in getting that 2 Bitcoins, I mean, I have a lot of viewers here. Come on, guys. I should get to 2,000 subscribers onto this this competition, because, I mean, all you have to do is just enter the competition. That's it. You don't have to trade. You don't have to do anything. And you could possibly win a whole Bitcoin. So go ahead and see if we can get this thing up, the numbers up here, and sign up for that competition. All right. With that said, let's head off to the question and answer period of today.
Awesome. So we have a super chat from our friend Super Google Lee. Super Google Lee asked, if someone has 1,000 US dollars that he doesn't mind losing, how would he set up the leverage and stop loss for Ethereum or Bitcoin trade to the upside? Just looking for an example, not investment advice. Thank you.
Okay, you know what? I just realized I forgot to mention one more thing about the trade idea that I have here. I'm glad you brought that up. I would say if you have $1,000, you should only take 5% of that as a maximum loss, right? And do this and take this trade. Put in $50, right? You can buy $50 here at the current price, right? And see if it takes you up to 6 to 1. That's 6 times 5. That's $300, right? And yeah, you can. That's still good money, right? And within a month, right? Is where we're projecting this out. Now, should this thing fail, right? Because that's a possibility as well. You lose your $50. Is this the maximum? Because you have to say, okay, well, it's what I want to lose, right? Is it's going to be like 10% loss, so you're going to have to do a little bit of math to make sure that the maximum you're going to lose is that $50 with your leverage. So you could use leverage or lower the amount that you're actually going to bet on, so that you could actually lose only $50 should this thing go down all the way to $10,560. And then your stop loss is called. So next thing you need to do is, I would suggest you place a 3-to-1 all-in bet if you're willing to sacrifice that $1,000, because anything can happen. You have to accept the losses. You have to be able to accept a 100% loss. And if you could accept that, because you know what, I don't put my whole portfolio in the exchange. So I put like a very small percentage, and I'm thinking, if we come here to the 9,600 level, I'm going to take a 3-to-1 all-in risk to reward ratio, right? Because I don't see us going another $3,000 down. It's possible, but if we do a $3,000 loss, I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to go, okay, that's a little bit scammy, but yeah. Once we get here, I'm taking a 3-to-1 all in, all the way up to $20,000 move on Bitcoin. I don't see a $3,000 move down from here, additional move down from here. That would be just redonkulous. So it's possible, but just redonkulous, right? And if they manage to pull that off, well, you know what? congratulations, exchange, right? I'm walking away, right? And I'm not playing your casino games anymore, because that's just that would have to be a setup play of unimaginable proportions. Now, of course, you have to consider the fact that there is a huge short trade on gold, a huge long trade on the dollar. So I'm hoping that long trade gets cleared, and that on the dollar down here, and along with the gold trade gets cleared, the short trade gets cleared once these things dump together in unison. Because if that's going to be the case, that the smart money's on the long side of the dollar and the short side of gold, they might dump this thing as well. So if this thing gets dumped with that, then I'm pretty confident. I'm confident that this 3-to-1 all-in risk to reward ratio is a good bet. No guarantees from the manager. Anything can happen. You do you. I'm doing that. And good luck. That's it. I mean, it won't kill me if I lose everything in the exchange, because I don't have a whole lot in there. It's just play money anyways, and I'm willing to burn. It's enough money that I'm willing to just like light it on fire and let it go. Right. So if that's the kind of cash you have in the exchange for Bybit, that's a trade for you. If it's not that kind of cash, then you don't take that trade. All right. Don't you agree, Inti?
Yes.
If you're not allowed to, if you can't handle burning the money, taking the money and lighting it on fire, you shouldn't be trading. All right, next question.
Okay, so this is a question from EOS. This person asked, is Canadian Mint a safe brand? Also, is it worth buying Perth Mint 1 kilogram silver coin?
Yes, all of the coins, Perth Mint and Canadian and the U.S. Mint coins are good, safe coins to purchase. They have two reasons why. Well, one, it's a government issued coin, and if somebody counterfeits that, they fall into the counterfeit federal law, and so that's very, very dangerous for a counterfeiter to do. They might as well counterfeit $100 bills. It's just not worth it, right? So this way, because it's not worth it, you'll know that you have a lower probability. They still do it, but lower probability of encountering a counterfeit U.S. coin and a gold coin. Now, I have encountered a counterfeit U.S. coin, but it was easy to see, and I have a video somewhere in my archives on that, and if I find it, I'll put it in the link in the description below, because it was a cool video where I found a counterfeit U.S. coin, U.S. silver coin, and it was so easy to detect that it was counterfeit. It was not funny. All right, next question.
Okay, so you mentioned that if you want to be a trader, or if you want to trade, you have to be able to burn $1,000 and don't feel anything. Well, Swindank in Twitch chat says 3,000 won't kill me, but my wife might.
That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, if there's of course ways of trading, right? If you're just doing it for fun, right? Just make sure the money is something that you're not going to lose. Now, if you're doing this as professional, you should not take this trade. This 3-to-1 all-in trade. That's if you're doing it as a professional, there's no way you should take that trade on a 3-to-1. The most you could lose as a professional is 5%. If you want to do it professionally, then you have to go, okay, well, man, I can only take the 5% loss. So I could do a 3-to-1, but trade on this, but the maximum I could lose is 5%. right, of my total portfolio. And that's how professionals trade day in, day out. They accept a specific amount of losses and no more than 5% of their whole portfolio. And if you do this correctly, meaning that it's 4 or 5% of whatever you've got left, you'll never run out of money. All right, next question.
Okay, so this one is from. Okay, this one is from Best Master, talking about trading. He asked, "What's the best way to take profits?"
The best way to take profits, well, there's always different styles and methods to trading and taking profits on trading. And the best way is to take half off, is come up with a trading plan where you have the entry, the exit, and the target. And the target shouldn't be less than less than 100% gain of your total amount that you could lose. No more than less than that. No less than that, basically. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. That's the minimum. But you should try to get to 2-to-1 ratio, meaning that if you lose $50, if there's a chance that you could lose $50 or win $100, right? And so that's the minimum you should do. Now, you could always take profits, like for example on the minimum. Sorry, the minimum is 1-to-1, so you can lose 50 to win 50. But what you could do is take half off, right? Off of your target, right? So whatever your target is, you go, okay, you know what, my target it will give me 2-to-1, so I'm going to take half of the profits there and let the rest ride. That's one way to doing it, and the other way is to just taking the full profits. It's all up to you. It's just a matter of style. The best way is probably to just take half off the profits on the target. And if to answer that question, best way is to take half. All right, next question.
Okay, next question. This one is a super chat from Matthew Baitieri. Matthew asks, thoughts on Ethereum capital up 300% since Crypto Zombie shielded a week ago.
Crypto thoughts on Ethereum capital. Is that a different coin than Ethereum?
I don't know, maybe it's a fork.
Or is it he's talking about Ethereum itself? Well, Ethereum is I don't know if Crypto Zombie Shield is the only one shilling Ethereum, but I really think that Ethereum has some more leg room. However, right, it looks a little tired, but at the same time, if we take a look at the chart, it is getting into the oversold territory as time goes on the 4-hour chart. Now, doesn't mean it can go. Doesn't mean it has to go higher. It's just that it's looking like it wants to go higher. I would have expected at this $400 level a little bit more of a pullback and a Wing-ish action, but it's not doing that. It's consolidating through time, and this looks very, very bullish. Now, there is no guarantees that this is going to continue higher, and it's a lower probability that it will continue higher, if you ask me. But I really believe that we're in the disbelief phase of Ethereum and Bitcoin, meaning that the price action is going to go so fast that you're going to go, I don't believe it. Once you get there, then you shouldn't be buying at that level. When you say, I don't believe it, that's a level you don't want to buy at, right? Right about now is a consideration, still a little high, 300x, I would say, from the bottom, right? I mean, it was started. If we go back all the way from the, if we go, let's see here. Let's bring up the daily. And maybe we go to the weekly. Oops, that's the monthly. And we go back. Wow, that's incredible. You can see that it was like $85. And we're like 300% up from that, right? And that's an incredible move already. And for it, and then you can see we've opened outside the band twice already on a weekly. I'm having really trouble. I'm having personal trouble mentally saying that this is going higher. It's just how much higher can this possibly go without having some sort of like additional consolidation further? I'm really having a hard time looking at Ethereum saying that this is going higher. I think it's a lower probability than Bitcoin. All right, next question.
Okay, so we have a super chat from Great Space Life and says, thanks for all the work. Can you please take a look at ZRX and Rocket Pool, RPL, please?
ZRX and Rocket. Okay, so ZRX and RPL. I'm gonna just choose one.
Okay.
It's 0x. 0x is the one coin that he wanted to do, and so I'll do that one. Yeah, I noticed that there's not a lot of likes on the channel here. We have like 900, almost 1,000 people watching, and not a lot of love, right? So let's get some love happening on the like board there, so that we can get up to at least 500 likes. All right, guys. 0x. Let's see what's going on. 0x. I wonder how much I have of that. Because I've heard some things. Oh man, I don't think I have any of 0x. Believe it or not. That's crazy. Alrighty. Oh, that's right. That's why. Okay, so I was a little like nervous about because it pumped and I missed the whole entry pump, and I tried to and I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. Oh, look at that. I did sell some up there then. Maybe I do have some more to sell. Let's see here. Yeah, I do. So I want to get some more of this, but the market's not giving me a chance. It's only doing the 61.8 and it's not giving you anything else. I was looking at the 78.6 as a way to enter and see if I can get a decent price for 0x. So now, with it trying to take off, I would keep my fib. I'd just keep drawing my fibs, right? And I'd be interested in. I'm just getting rid of my extensions here. And I'd be interested at the 61.8 level. Looks like it's got higher to go, so I don't expect this thing to come back to the 61.8 just yet. Most likely where this breakout occurred is where we can see the price action come back, but it's really difficult because we've already seen it come back a few times already. So it'll be difficult to say that this thing is you'll be able to get in any more than let's just see, that's 3,686 sats approximately is where you're probably gonna get an entry if you're lucky, right? All right, next question.
Okay, so in the meantime, you get a lot of super chat. For example, we have again Matthew Baitieri that made 2 donations. Thank you very much, sir, for those donations. Sadly, we have no question on them. So, okay, so Sebastian, this is a super chat from him. Thank you very much, sir. Says, people keep asking me about Bitcoin Vault. It's I only found it in Coinel, and it seems like every day is the top.
Bitcoin Vault. You only found it in Coinel, and okay. Okay. I've never Bitcoin Vault, and I've never heard of it, and I don't know much about it. So let me just bring up Coin Market Cap and see what we can see about that. I'm a little concerned about anything that uses the Bitcoin name moniker in order to try to gain advantage, right, by using the name. But I actually, you know what, I heard about this. I discussed this before, and it just went from next to nothing all the way up to what's the price now? It's at $476, and I don't know what the heck this is, right? Extra level of security based on 3 private keys. Okay, well, what Bitcoin already has that, right? So what else does this thing do? It's kind of strange that this coin, using the Bitcoin moniker and using the same 21 million supply, is doing this. But you know, people are buying whatever they can, right? So to gain to make more money. So and to get out of Dodge and get out of dollars. So yeah, I can understand the rise. Just don't know why. What fundamental value this thing has. And then I noticed it just went straight up in a straight line without any kind of like correction. That is very concerning. I don't think you should be buying this up here. If you're really interested, right, you draw your fibs and you from zero basically, and I would suggest you buy it at the 88.6 because that's the only thing you're going to that's what altcoins like this normally do, right? Is come back. Now, if there's some real big benefit of this coin is actually providing, maybe we'll look into that. Maybe you can buy it back at the 61.8. Buy it at the 61.8 if it is a legitimate coin. All right, next question.
Next question. So we have Crypto Johnny from Twitch, and he asked, if you could buy a whole Bitcoin now, would you do it now or wait for a pullback?
Yes, I'd buy it now. Here's the thing, right? I remember, I'm going to tell you a story, and I feel really bad about it. And I wish I told this person to just do it. Just do it, man. It was way back. Let me just go and bring you back to the price action. Right? I'm going to bring up the price chart. It was way back here. I was in the the school, what's it called? The Rational Investor School, and you can barely even see the price action now. That's what's going to happen, right? And so we were right here at the $800, and I told them just buy Bitcoin and do the little old lady strategy. Just do that. And he goes, no man, no, Bitcoin can fall all the way back to $600, right? No way, right? And I'm like, yeah, it could, and it did, right? It did. You can see it, and I'm sure he was like probably going, whew, good thing I didn't listen to him. And then he disappeared after this run up. He disappeared, and he never came back. And I think because one of the exchanges that he was using had I think it was it was Bitfinex. Yes, it was Bitfinex he was using, and it at that time they had wiped out. They had lost a lot of money, and then he had lost a big percentage, like a third of his money. And he couldn't handle that, so he was done. He walked away from cryptocurrencies forever. And so it was kind of sad, right? If he just bought the Bitcoins, held it, in his own possession, right, and just walked away instead of trying to trade it, that would have been the best move for him, because I mean, look where he would have ended up, right? There's no way that he would have gotten a price. The prices would have gotten back down to the $800 that he purchased it at back then. So yes, yeah, is Bitcoin gonna could Bitcoin drop to like $9,000 here? Yeah, could go down as low as $7,000 or $8,000, right? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are going to see prices so high that what you buy at 12,000, whether you buy it at 12,000, whether you bought it at 8,000, won't matter. It just won't matter. Consider that the fact that 97% of all buyers are in the green, right? And soon it's going to be 100%, right? So, don't worry about it. You're going to be okay if you buy here right now, and just buy it and forget it, and don't even look at the price. Don't listen to don't watch anything. Just continue with your life and just buy and just hold your nose and buy. Right? You could also do another thing I would suggest you do is if you feel that, oh, I don't want to buy the highs, okay, fine. Then what you could do is split it up into 5 different chunks. Whatever, like for example, you have like $12,000. Let's just say you have 12,000, and you split it up into 5 different chunks, and then you buy 5 times every week, right? You buy, right, 1/5 of that into Bitcoin, and that's it. And do it that way. That's another way you can get into the Bitcoin if you want to you don't want to put it all in at once. So it's called dollar cost averaging, and that's the best idea. All right, next question.
All right, sir, do you have any idea how many people is watching the stream right now?
No, over 1,000, right?
Over 1,000 people.
Wow.
Thank you very much, guys.
That's nice.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. I really appreciate it, and I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of love and caring from the community that's out there. Everybody's really talking about me and really sending me a lot of love. Like I noticed on MMCrypto's Telegram group, a lot of people say, "We love you, Da Vinci," and I just like, where's this coming from? I don't know, but I really appreciate it.
And we don't forget the 30 people that is watching on Twitch right now. Thank you very much, guys, for hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you. All right, next question.
So this is a super chat from Mr. Derek Rosenfeld, and says, "Hey, Mr. Da Vinci, do you still believe that Wall Street derivatives will be a threat to Bitcoin long-term price?"
Yeah, in the long-term future, yes, you'll have the derivatives market negatively affecting the Bitcoin price, because with that money, the more money goes into betting on the price than actually buying cryptocurrencies, buying Bitcoin, will cause the price to go down. Because like if you're not participating in the price moving up, you're not going to have the price move up, right? So yeah, that money can be diverted away from Bitcoin through ETFs, through commodities exchange, through what's it called, options. What else is there? They can also do custodial promises to buy Bitcoin, to hold your Bitcoin for you, and not actually buy the Bitcoin. Is one other way that they do price suppression of gold. So I expect them to do the exact same thing to Bitcoin in the future. Should fiat currencies still exist, that is, right? But even if fiat currencies don't exist, they're still going to try to create them and try to suppress the value of the currency in order to make their fiat currency worth more. So there will always be a threat of fiat trying to take over Bitcoin. All right, let's do 2 more questions and call it a day.
2 more questions. So SW, this is super chat from SW. Ask, how do we enter the competition? I think he means Bybit competition.
Well, it's really simple. If you head over to the video that's in the description below, right, and I can show you, right. If you click on that video, right, which is right here, join the Bybit competition to win. You could win 2 Bitcoins, right? Click on that video, and in the description of that video, I didn't want to put in too much information on there's a link to join. First, you have to join our affiliate link right there. You can see, you join the affiliate link, and then you click on the Bybit prize, what's it called? This page here, and it takes you, whoops, that's the wrong one. Join my troop movement. There you go. And this is how you join. So there you go. I'm gonna just quickly copy and paste that into the chat so that you don't have to do all that work for you. You don't have to do all the work to get to join my competition there. So there you go. Alrighty. Next question.
All right, this is the last question. I wanted to say something for all the people in the chat that's sending us donations, super chats, etc.
Yeah.
I never delete the questions because I have to put super chats and normal questions as well in the question and answer section. So if you have something, I will never delete that question. So you don't have to ask that question again and spend more money. There's no need. So for the people that ask twice the same question, I will save the fact that you ask again, so you can ask whatever you want, a different question with the same priority. So the last question is going to be from Recoil on the Twitch chat, and says, how do you trade LTC against Bitcoin? Is the little lady like this a good strategy for this Bitcoin price?
Yes, exactly. The little lady method is a good strategy for trading Litecoin. If he's talking about Litecoin, LTC, right?
Yes.
But keep in mind, right, that LTC Litecoin is a one of those original coins. I mean, Litecoin was the second. I think it was probably the second altcoin after Namecoin. Namecoin was first, and then Litecoin came afterwards. I remember, if I'm remembering it correctly, because I remember when I saw Litecoin, I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not interested in Litecoin. That's just a copycat coin. Namecoin has some function, right? And it makes sense, but it didn't do. It just fizzled. But anyways. So, Litecoin will be pumping, but don't expect a huge pump. I expect it to do no more than the 61.8 from this last high. That's it. So, let's just see where if you were to buy this here at we were to see here, what price is that? That's for 487,000 sats. Your the top out price, I think, for Litecoin priced in Bitcoin is like what 13,000, no, 1.3 million sats. I don't think your money is worth, honestly. I would have to say your money is worth going into other crypto assets other than Litecoin. Not saying that it won't pump. It's not going to do as well as other assets will do, right? And so it just makes sense for you to hold it as a small percentage of your portfolio, like 1 or 2%. Right, I have a few percentage into that. Well, excuse me, no more than that. and don't look for other assets to invest in. There's a world of assets, and anything new and shiny are probably going to do like 100x, 200x more than this coin. So it would only make sense for you to start looking somewhere else and use that money somewhere else. Not saying that you should take everything out of Litecoin, just some of it at least. All right, well, thank you very much. I think that was the last question of the day. Right,
Yes.
Nanti? And I really appreciate everybody watching. I'm humbled by the fact that there's so many people watch my YouTube channel, and I'm very appreciative of this. I can't believe that I'm so blessed by having you guys here, and I'm looking forward to doing some more videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you haven't seen the videos popping up here, please check them out. Cheers, people.
Goodbye, people. Thank you very much.